Okay, again, none of these cute intros. This is about the movie Cuties and the fact that people are petitioning Netflix or trying to sue Netflix. Netflix ain't made the movie. People need to chill out. I've made two other videos on this already. I don't even know what order I'm going to post these in. I'm going to try my best to post them in order. If it don't, it don't. You can go back and watch those if this is the first one you saw, or this is the first one that popped up, or the last one and you didn't see the first two. Watch it. I advise people to watch this movie, but I've already made two, and this one is on my other points of why the movie was good, why the movie was directed the way it was directed. From my opinion, I want to talk about the characters. And I'm going to talk about the group of girls as a whole character. The mother, the grandmother, the group of girls as a character, and society. They're a character in this. And I'm going to say society is us, the viewer. We are the viewer. The viewer is a character in this, from my opinion. And I just want to say that because you start to see certain stuff that's never explained. So I'm assuming the director was like, that's for you. For you, the viewer, to figure out. And first and foremost of all, if you don't like what I'm saying about the movie being good, if you don't understand why I'm not mentioning certain things, and if I do say certain things the way I do, and it don't align with your spirit, it's okay to click out. It is perfectly okay. But now that we got that out the way, I meant to say this in my other videos. I will put it in the caption. Spoilers if you didn't watch the movie, and if you don't plan to watch the movie, but you do want to hear other opinions about it, and you're willing to listen to these opinions, I'm going to keep going. My biggest issue is that, yes, it has some uncomfortable scenes. But I mean, it's all movies have uncomfortable scenes in them, regardless of how old someone is. I do not think this movie blatantly, outright, were exploiting children. I do not think that this movie has anything to do with child trafficking or any political statements. This is a real, and I'm going to say real, coming of age or of age story. And honestly, it would have been nice if it was a documentary, because that would have... Let me explain. This stuff happens in real life. Anybody who's upset about the outfits, the dancing, the gyrating, your children are doing this in real life. Yes, at 11. Yes, at 9. Yes, at 16. So it's okay at 16, 17, and 18, but it ain't okay at 11? No, it's not okay. It's not okay. But let me be clear. They thought that in this movie, those girls thought that's what they had to do to win a competition. And honestly, outside of that competition, that's how these young ladies were dressed and acting outside of that. And I've already made a video about the main character. If you don't realize I'm not saying the main character, ain't about her right now. I've made that video already. Her video is over there. I'm sorry, because this was a really... I'm excited that they used actual aged girls in this movie. I'm pretty sure it was within the parents' permission. I'm pretty sure they made sure the girls were still in school. I'm pretty sure the girls probably didn't work more than whatever hours were allowed it to them. So that, yes, that means this movie took time to make. That means it took teaching. It took understanding why we're doing these moves. Understanding why this is the direction we're going in. It took more to do this movie. It took guts. It took maturity. It took an understanding to make this movie. Now, all of that is said. All of this stuff is done in real life. It's done on TikTok. It's done on YouTube. It's done on Instagram. It's done whether you parents are aware of it or not. None of these things do you need to have an account to actually watch videos. You can watch it on your brother's computer who has it. You can watch it on your friend's laptop, tablet, whatever. You can watch half the stuff that your child may not have a TikTok. I've been watching TikToks on YouTube. Which point? I understand that a lot of people are real uncomfortable with talking to their kids about the pressures in life. But this movie did it in a way that if you watch it, if it wasn't late at night, I'd be on the phone with my little cousin right now. I really want to know. I'm like, yo, as uncomfortable as it's going to make me, I need to know what's going on. I want to know how you feeling. What's going on in your life? Are you being bullied? Are you bullying anybody? Do you feel peer pressured in life? I work with girls. I work with young girls of different ages. This movie made me want to ask more questions. Made me want to know what's really going on. I'm crying because, like, yo, the movie has a deeper meaning other than the way they dress these girls. The dances that they made them do that y'all know dang well. Multiple platforms, multiple videos have made videos with girls doing far more worse. This video did not contain these girls doing any sexual acts at all. This movie did not have them actually using drugs or anything for once. It wasn't a group of black girls. I'm sorry. That's something that's getting me a little... It wasn't an all-white cast. It was real. Because if it made you uncomfortable, if it made you want to go out and really talk to your children, it did its job. It didn't just entertain you. It was to teach you. I said I was going to talk about the characters. The grandmother is real traditional to the point where the girl gets her period and then tells her a story about how she got married, shown off on her period. And I'm not sure what their country or culture is. Shown off and married at like 11, 12, 13 or whatever. And she's preparing her daughters to do the same thing. And you can see it's uncomfortable. It's not what they want. The mother is upset and physically, mentally gone. Not present. Her husband is marrying another person. And she's forced to tell people about her husband marrying another woman that it's a second wife. It is not. And if that's their religion and it was a second wife, what if you didn't want that? What if you thought you was the only person? She has 3 kids by this man. And is forced to live with the new wife too. Let me be clear. They're moving in. It's 2 separate bedrooms. He's going to be with her. Her child is aware of this. Her child sees these physical things. But she can't help. She's not okay. Them group of girls, and I said it earlier, were looking to older girls, for example. And the movie did this perfectly. They give you the comparison. I have not heard not one person complain about the older age girls they used in this movie to compare these girls to. Certain movies similar to this movie, and I had to look it up. If you haven't seen them, go watch them. Yes, I'm telling you to go watch them because, like, I changed my life because some things I literally waited till I was 18. I've gone through some other struggles as an adult now. That was my own choices. A Girl Like Grace, 13. I'm willing to say Moonlight just because, again, girls aren't the only people that go through these situations. Boys are too. And Girl Interrupted. There's a few that I've wanted to mention because Cuties it went through the struggles of feeling alone, feeling stuck, new living environments, family, depression, anxiety, wanting to fit in, doing anything it takes to fit in, whether it's legal or not, whether it aligns with your morals or not, your religious beliefs or not, anxiety, sexuality, because I think that the girl may not have known. Bullying and peer pressure at the same time, and still wanting to fit in, and growing up way too fast. I didn't want this video to be that long, but if that movie, you want it banned, you don't want to watch it because you don't want to look at the... Fast forward it. The movie was deeper than that. I think I'm done because I got little kids like that I look after, and I'm just like, you don't never know what nobody's going through. You don't know what these young kids are watching y'all go through. You don't know that they see the stuff you do, and they imitate it. And I don't blame Netflix. I don't blame the people that made it. I don't blame the movie did its job. I think it was very controversial and very brave to show the scenes that they showed. Wasn't my cup of tea. I mean, if I made the movie, I would have clipped it out, but I'm glad they didn't. They didn't take the easy way out. And again, if this movie bothered you, I don't see y'all being hyped or upset about all these teenage movies on Netflix, Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, the movies that come out in theaters that gives you these teenage girls. And let me be clear, these teenage girls being overly sexualized, being told that loving the boy is what they're supposed to do, not showing these girls that it takes them to the end of the movie to realize you're a little high strung. You're chasing a boy that you don't even need to chase right now. And the movies I said, don't think I was just going to talk about movies that were deep or had connectional meanings. The Kiss in Booth 1 and 2. That boy had a temper problem, but she still got in the car with him. And there was a couple of fathers who do not like that movie. Because you see that this young girl is so infatuated with being with someone she knows she had no business being with. Have a secret relationship with a friend who, honestly, the young man in that movie did not have his own opinion. He was totally fine with following his friend around, disregarding his own personal identity in life. They're kids and they're supposed to grow up, but that's what y'all are okay with them watching? Movies where young girls are said, you're talented, you're nice, you're pretty, you're whatever. Oh, but here's a nice cute boy. You're gonna lose your whole sanity over this. Y'all don't boycott Disney, because Disney didn't make the movie. They promoted it. I said didn't. I'm saying they made the movie. They promoted it. It's on Netflix. Do you know how many movies are on Netflix that are old? And let me be clear. I think 13 or A Girl Like Grace is on Netflix. It's a good movie. Go check it out. 13, good movie. Go check it out. But if you have daughters, have the conversation after you watch that movie. And don't think it's just a Caucasian thing, a white thing, a cultural thing. It is a universal problem that us girls, and I'm going to say us because that little girl was 11. But I definitely, in 4th grade, remember noticing that certain girls got treated a certain way. I definitely noticed that people who had more than me, and I may have wanted that. I definitely wanted to be liked. I definitely wore some clothes that was so inappropriate and got so embarrassed. Those are some embarrassing stories. That movie touched on a lot of things. I deal with anxiety, I deal with stress, but to have that to that level of being 11 and not knowing how to process any of it, what? That's profound. They didn't use people who already knew how to comprehend this, who already knew how. Them little girls learned something from that movie. They had to. There is no way to watch that movie and not understand that, unfortunately, it could have been worse. Unfortunately, they could have gave them drugs. Y'all talking about some exploiting. How many celebrities have told y'all now, yeah, the directors made me do this, that, and the third, and my mom sat in the corner, she agreed, but she watched, but when we felt uncomfortable, we backed away. Or how many times they tell you, oh, yeah, they had to remember I was a kid and change it up a bit. Imagine what you didn't get to see. Imagine all those teenage movies where the girls were obsessed with grown men. But we think we don't boycott those movies. And we honestly shouldn't, because you realize that's showing you, hey, that behavior is not okay. That mindset's, whoa. We need to explore why you think this is okay. Not yell, not fuss, not get the stuff off the internet, not put the information out there, not teach, not use these moments to say, hey, are you going through any of this? Is this really what's going on with girls your age? Or is it something similar? Because they use music videos. They use twerking. They use the skimpy outfits. But when grown women wear it, y'all don't bat an eyelash. You just slut shame them. When teenage girls who are almost 18 wear these outfits, you don't say nothing. You just slut shame them. And again, wait till they're old enough. Bat an eyelash. Body image. I forgot that body image was a big thing in there. I don't know if it was a cultural thing or whatever, but they did a lot of body shaming in this video. And I'm not this video, this movie. There was a lot of what a woman should be in this movie. They did a lot of, yeah, this happens. Like, you look in the movie, you're like, okay. And then again, in this movie, they have moments in this movie where they actually prove to you that these are little 11-year-old girls living in a country where obviously a lot of people ain't paying them no attention. And some of them are of lower class. Watch the movie. Give it a chance. And for all these people who are just not watching it and petitioning just because they said they're exploiting children, they're promoting pedophilia and all this other stuff, why the fuck are you people looking at this movie like that? Based off a trailer? Why are you all sexualizing this movie before you even watch it? Because I did not do that. I'm grown enough to understand and seen a lot of movies in my time to understand we sexualize fucking food, dogs, and cartoons. And like I said, let me be clear. They have sexualized animated things into sexualized adult memes. I'm sorry. All those memes that y'all think that's so cute, but then you put adult stuff on it. Y'all don't think kids see that? Now let me go back to saying that this stuff happens. This stuff is already on your stuff. On your stuff in your face. You don't know how old those little girls are that y'all just sitting there watching the little 11. 8 at the youngest. I've seen 8. Knowing how to work it, put it together, don't gotta ask you for your phone. They already have their phone. It's posted up on their little bed and they doing their dances. I'ma say 8. They're on TikTok. I have a TikTok for my little cousin and I sit behind her, with her, and if I hear the song or the theme in the background that's talking about shooting, it's a sexual song. Not allowed to make a TikTok out of that one. I'm sorry. Not around me. Not around me. Now, I can't control what she does. Not around me. Not around her parents. But she sees other people her age or older that she's like, I want to do that. I want to. And I had to catch myself. Because after watching this, I didn't explain why I didn't want her to do that. But when I watch other people's kids and I'm teaching, I do. You don't know who's watching your videos. Be careful. You don't know who's subscribed to your channel. Be careful. Parents, if you are not watching this movie and realizing that you don't know what these kids are posting, I do understand respect and privacy, but teach why. There's a difference between having some privacy and being safe. I ain't gonna say respectful. I'm gonna say what's safe. What's appropriate content in the sense of not demoralizing yourself from your own knowledge, because let me be frankly clear. Anybody who's mad that they are twerking or whatever, they're just mad because they're children. And it's being recommended to them in their Netflix queue. It's being promoted to them on their Instagram, their Twitter, and their children. Y'all be watching and videotaping y'all children dancing and all that stuff. I don't care if it's not provocative. You post them, don't you? We all exploit each other all the time. And anybody who's made a video to talk about how bad the movie was or how exploitative the movie was, sit here and tell me as a child, a preteen, you didn't go through any of those struggles in that movie. Oh, I'm sorry. You stopped at the trailer. Talk to me again when you watch the movie. And you can, again, be like me. I didn't care for any of the dancing or the clothes. I fast forwarded through those parts. Because the movie sets up that there's more to this movie besides this. In the beginning. This video is mad long. I don't know when I'm gonna post it, but the movie's really good. I'm very upset that no one wants to realize this movie is very teachable. And I made 3 videos, so bear with me when I say them girls were perfectly picked. Them girls they showed different levels of girls who are leaders in that, who are followers in that, who will do anything that takes to belong in that, who would risk sneaking around to do that, who really aren't your real friends. Like, aside from the fact that they were dressed super provocatively early on in the movie, should have made you realize all the other girls in this movie not dressed like that. And again, to compare these young 11-year-olds, they tell you point blank who their main competition is, and you quickly realize they're teenage girls. And the teenage girls they fight. There's a scene in this movie where they fight with these teenage girls, and I'm just trying to figure this out. Y'all are really, because again, I told you, the main character loses her mind. Her identity. Why are you picking fights with teenage girls? Why are teenage girls picking fights with little kids? Why do they see them as a threat? Watch the movie if you don't know what I mean. And again, when you watch this movie and you start to think about your teenage child, your preteen, Lord Jesus, do what I'm finna do. It's late. No, it's late. I'm calling my little cousin, and I'm having a serious. I'm not yelling at her. I don't want to. Are you good? What passions do you still have in life? Because my little cousin dances. She likes to dance. She wants to help. She'll come up with them all the time. And I constantly, as her older cousin, I gotta make sure. Okay, she wants me to record her do this dance because she wants to do it so bad. She wants to learn it. She worked really hard on it. She perfected it. She came up with the counts. But as her big cousin, I made sure it was watered down. Yes, I did. It didn't need to be hypersexual to be picked up, because unfortunately, with people not getting in our society, do y'all not see how y'all are reacting about this movie? Really think about that. Y'all drew more attention to this movie than it probably would have gotten anyway. Great job for you. Your goal was to get it off Netflix, so it didn't premiere. It's been on. still on, and it's literally trending. Might as well go watch the movie now, or just, stop complaining if you never plan to watch it. And then again, when your teenage daughters come up to you and have all these problems, you're gonna probably wish you knew how to have those conversations now, weren't you? I'm ending it here. This video is gonna be mad long. I don't know if anybody's gonna ever watch how long this video is, but it needs to be watched. It needs to be said. I'm just saying. Watch the movie. Then criticize. If the only horrible thing you can come up with is that the outfits, the dancing, the language, the things that they're looking at, talking about at 11 bothers you, makes you so uncomfortable that you just can't watch it anymore, everything else in that whole movie should bother you. It should make you uncomfortable. It should make you grab your child and be like, oh my God, just stay a kid. Please don't grow up. If it don't make you want to do that, and you just want to be mad at the movie because whatever you're hearing about, the trailer turned you off. Let me be clear. I saw little kids on the cover, didn't think nothing of it, thought it was a dancing movie, and kept it pushing. It wasn't till you all started making hoopla about it that I even, maybe let me go watch it again. What is they talking about? Just saying.